and welcome to Wake and Bake News, and I'm your host, Shampoo VTA, Kelly Davis. How are you this morning? On this Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Thursday. What day is it? I just woke up. Thursday, the 7th of June, July, one of these days. Anyway, so on the internet last night, just absolutely fucking livid reading about this shooting, right, that had happened in the South, and then wake up this morning to another horrific video of a shooting. Horrific. Fair warning, I'm going to show these two things that have happened. It is unacceptable. All right, we're going to see something that I've already just raged through. You're going to see a couple of incompetent, overweight imbeciles think they're playing a fucking game on the ground of WrestleMania with guns. The filthy, ridiculous morons. Look at the moron struggling. Look at his crippled ass struggling. Look at that. Look at him crawling on the ground like an imbecile, shooting that poor man. Because Fat Donut Man can't get the job done. Look at his fucking fat, heaving, rhinoceros breath. Fucking, can't get up on the ground. My fat ass. Oh, it's disgusting. Later on in the video, you see the other cop actually remove the gun from the gentleman's pocket, which he never was able to get to if he was going for it, and I doubt he was. I think these are just a couple of incompetent fucking idiots that need to be fired. And now. And everyone that ever had anything to do with them. This next video is equally, if not more, fantastically disturbing. And I particularly find that you can't see the officer's face even more creepy, because he's not just an individual, he represents now to the American public every officer who has his hand on a gun pointed at you, whether you're black or white. But he definitely is going to point it at you if you're black. And you are probably going to die reaching for your ID. Anytime anybody wants to vote to have these people disarmed, I'm there. I'm ready for that. I'd rather take on the thugs and robbers and Skynet and robots than filthy trash in a uniform.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back, and the police he's covered. They killed my boyfriend. He's licensed. He's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm. We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will. Fuck. He just shot his arm off.
Listen to that fucking idiot fucking moron.
We got pulled over on Larpener.
Listen to barking like a dog. Listen to that fucking ignorant moron.
License. Oh my God! Please don't tell me.
She's calm. He acts like a goddamn
please don't tell me my boyfriend
animal.
Just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will,
she
sir.
should be a police officer, not that fucking idiot out there screaming and crying and barking like an animal.
Please don't tell me that he's gone.
Yes, he's gone.
Officer, don't tell me that you
yes,
did
he
this
just
to him.
murdered a man.
You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his
Listen
license
to that panting
sir.
piece of heart fucking thumping shit standing out there in a uniform. Just killed a man because of his dumbass fear. Disarm that fool. He should have never been given a gun, a badge, or this job. Look at these fucking idiots pointing a gun at a woman with a camera. Look at these ignorant fucking monkeys.
Get on your knees.
Get on your knees. Get a better job, fucktard. You shouldn't be doing this for a living, that's for damn sure. I don't care if RoboCop would be attached to Skynet now. I don't care. I'd rather deal with robots than racist Klan scum. Let me tell you about the Klan. And I'm going to say straight out that these ignorant fucking cops' fucking behavior comes straight from their ignorant fucking upbringing. And that's why they're putting a gun at a woman who just had her boyfriend murdered and all she's holding is a phone. Because you know why? That's a threat to them. The phone is a threat to them. Maybe they have to kill her too, shut her up. Let me explain to you about the Klan. I'm from Indiana. And let me tell you about Indianans, okay? Hoosiers. Let me tell you about us. We're racist. Straight up, we're racist. Indiana is racist. But it is not the kind of racist that usually murders people. We kind of don't like that. We think that might be like a black mark on our souls and God won't like us. Not that we wouldn't agree sometimes with that. I know I've had plenty of family that said those people and you know how those people are and all that kind of shit, which I don't fucking agree with. But I'm going to tell you what my people are like. Yeah, I grew up with a racist family. So did my husband. They could shove it up their ass. I love them. I will always love them. But they're fucking inbred morons. They're all gone now. However, Indiana had a Klan one time. You know why we kicked out the Klan? Not because they were racist. Because they're filthy, fucking, mongrel, fucking dogs. It isn't just that they're racist. It's that they're filthy trash who think they can do whatever they want to anyone. Do you know why we kicked out the Klan? Because their Klan leader chewed on a woman like she was a dog and raped her on a train, then returned her to her family where she committed suicide, painfully and slowly. This went to trial. It was such a humiliation for the Klan that Indiana threw the Klan out. And the Klan had been seen as sort of like the Boy Scouts before then. Nobody saw the Klan as being bad. We didn't burn crosses on people's lawns. We didn't hang black people. We just felt they were, you know, inferior. That's all. Poor black people. Well, when we saw what the fucking Klan was, we said, get the hell away from us. You are filthy, ignorant, fucking trash, shit on our shoes. Not even racists will put up with this kind of fucking filthy, disgusting, filthy mongrel dogs is what they are. Oh, they claim to be like, okay, yeah, there's racists, but the Klan are filthy trash, even amongst racists. Okay? So they talk all the shit in these southern communities, like they talk a lot of shit here in my community. Not the Klan, but ignorant fucking racist morons. All right? Who look at gang members or Hispanic kids and go, filthy, trash, big scum. Why is this shit in so-so? Look at what choices in there. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. You got a shitty job. You got a shitty job. And you're standing there butthurt fucking judging everybody else. All that fucking bullshit racist talk gets into that dumb, ignorant moron with the shitty job's head. And then moron with the shitty job goes and pulls a gun on somebody because moron with the shitty job shouldn't be given a goddamn gun in the first place. So, I think that not only should these officers be taken out and throttled and never be given any sort of responsibility and put in a high chair for the rest of their fucking lives, and they can wear a bib, and they can be put in their little banky and go to Betty by time because they cannot be given responsibilities like an adult because they aren't one, okay?
That goes for the TSA that went and beat the hell out of a blind and deaf girl. I'm sorry. You need to be put in a pen. You're incapable of taking on responsibility. Not only should they be punished, but whoever the fuck trained them, whoever hired them, and whoever their supervisor is should be dragged out. All the way up to the mayor of that fucking stinking piece of shit fucking town. By the way, the mayor of Baton Rouge apparently tried to leak information about the case in order to correct the public and get the truth out. I'm like, dox the shit out of that motherfucker. Find out everything you want. He stepped out into the sunlight. Let it burn him. You're a vampire, bitch. You should keep your mouth shut. You shouldn't step out here thinking, I'm the mayor, I'm going to say something. Have you heard of doxing? The internet, there are millions of people across the world with nothing better to do, just looking for someone like you to kick around, and you just raised your hand. I'd shut up if I were you. You don't understand what you just stepped into. Whirling blades of death. The entire internet is up in arms about these shootings. I am furious. Furious. I'd like to know where I vote to disarm these fucking idiots. I'm about done with this. These people cannot handle responsibility, and where do I vote to take it away from them? I want this all taken apart. They are not capable of handling their responsibilities. Now, I'm not a member of Baton Rouge, but I am a member of the United States of America, and I'd like to know what the goddamn Democratic Party plans to do about this. And I mean, you better not just fucking add marijuana to your goddamn agenda. This is what the fucking fight for marijuana is. They're using this as an excuse to kill people like that. It is not about taxes. It is not about whether or not somebody fucking is going to be able to get a $5 gram of weed or a $1 gram of weed. It has nothing to goddamn. That's part of it. Yeah, Chumley, that's part of it. Yep, that's right, George. It is. That's part of it. But the guy holding a gun and shooting 4 bullets into a man at close range while his girlfriend sits there helplessly filming it live on Facebook is what we're dealing with right now. So as lovely as your arguments are, as fascinating as your arguments are about high taxes and blah, 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 and all that shit, shut up. We're dealing with real problems that cost people real fucking lives, not just the money out of their pocket. Or some hoops they got to jump through, or blah, blah, blah. Not good enough. You see? Not good enough. I'd like to know what the goddamn Democratic Party plans to do about this. And I want it to be that you're going to take the power away from these idiots to be able to do this. I want a drone up their ass. I want a camera on their foot. I want the minute somebody pledges to be a police officer and you give them a badge, you stitch a fucking camera in their forehead that never turns off. Ever. I want a fucking chip in their brain that prevents them from accidentally shooting people. I want somebody who becomes a cop, they need to have neural fucking transplants and shit so I can pull the plug on their ass if they start getting cocky. They start thinking they're bigger than they fucking are. I just go boop, and they're not. Boom. That's what I want. I never want to see this image. Hello, I'm a police officer. Do what I say. Yeah, I have to do what you say, and you're going to kill me. If I can find a way to vote you out of that position, I'm going to do it now. You're no longer, you're in trouble. Do you understand? Understand what I'm trying to tell you, cop. The 2 images that I've seen so far are not of people's faces. The one with the TSA, okay, the image that the photograph that the news showed just showed the arm of whoever that officer was, and that's all I needed to see was his roided out fucking forearm. What do you see with this shooting? Nothing but the guy's roided out fucking shaking, God damn it, hand in the window. They've taken your humanity away. You're not even pepper spray boy anymore. Remember the pepper spray guy from Occupy Wall Street? I'll show you an image of him right here.
Hi, good morning. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think one of the biggest things in this situation is really waiting to see what comes back. I work in law enforcement. None of us were there. We haven't been able to see what happened beforehand. We haven't been able to see what carried out. There's only really that one video showing so far. The biggest thing that I've heard already, and what they've put out into the media and what they've tried to project everybody is the officers got dispatched for a man with a gun. Okay, they did find a gun on this individual after the fact. The fact is, if you sit there and you watch the video, he was on his back. They were trying to get him to roll over. You heard somebody yell, he's got a gun. I can't say whether what they did was justified or not. That's not my fault to me. But I can say that, especially with everything that's taking place nowadays, officers are going to be on a higher level when it comes to taking a look at the situation. They're told that somebody has a gun. They've got people, families, children.
What does that mean? They're going to be on alert in a higher level for blacks? Is that what that means? It sounded racist.
Well, listen, I hear you, but and I'm not. Listen, you're right. We did not see everything, but two things. Number one, you can legally have a firearm on you, on your person in Louisiana, so that's not enough reason to just go bum rush someone. And furthermore, I mean, listen. The job is to calm these situations.
Fuck yeah.
If you watch the video from the beginning, it starts out with a tackle. Like, why did we get to that place where it starts with a tackle? He wasn't reaching. He wasn't holding his gun out. And then, furthermore, once you're on top of him on the ground, why do you need to fire 6 shots into him?
Right, and that's the thing, Rosenberg. When, I do agree with you that, when we come into the video, one of the things that you hear in the video, I don't know if you guys caught it, he was tased. They were giving him multiple orders to get on the ground. He was not getting on the ground. He was tased.
That's not in the video.
That's when the officer rushed him. So, there are a lot of other things. Like I said, there are a lot of other things to play into this. The 6 shots, I agree with you.
And there's also the store owner who knew him. He had been coming there for years, and he clearly came out and said that he heard him say, "What did I do? What did I do?"
And also said that he heard no altercation with someone that was claimed. So listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. Of course, there could be more we learn. I'm just saying, tell me this: on the surface, as an officer yourself, it looks bad. No.
I would tell you that it's
Can you say the words? It looks bad.
They don't want
Why
to.
you can't ever
There
say
you
that?
go.
This is the problem I have with cops.
This is the problem.
This is the problem I have with police officers, and no
Boom.
disrespect to you. Y'all
No
don't ever
disrespect.
wanna point at someone else and say you can't do your job well. I can tell you right now, if I heard a radio personality get on the air and do something irresponsible, I'd go, "That's a bad radio personality.
Yes.
He does a bad job."
Yes.
Police officers never want to say when y'all do a bad job. So that's the reason the public thinks all of you are bad, because you won't ever call someone out and say they murdered someone in cold blood. It happened again. And until you guys start taking responsibility for your own, people in the street are going to be upset instead.
It
So
isn't
how about
just
y'all lead the movement
responsibility.
instead? How
It's
about the
illegal to
people
lie for a
police
criminal.
officers get out in front of it themselves, and you guys are the first ones on the front lines. That's what should happen. Instead of you struggling to say, "Well, I don't know, it could be they murdered that man."
Fuck yeah.
We just saw it.
Well, I can't agree with you.
What do you mean? Are you?
Of course not. He's wearing a badge. It makes his brain go away.
Laugh about it is even worse.
Listen, you.
No, I'm not laughing.
I know you're
Oh,
not laughing at the
bullshit,
situation,
you ain't
but my man,
laughing.
You can say on the surface, if we don't gain more information, that looks real bad. I would have done a better job. I wouldn't have done that. I would have found a way. It's the same as Laquan McDonald. You had cops who were sitting there doing their job, trying to calm the situation. But then here comes Renegade Rambo, who just rolls up and kills Laquan McDonald. There were cops there trying to do a good job. So you can say there's some that do a good job, and then there can be hotheads who do a bad job. We could learn more, but this video starts out bad. You cannot ignore that.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And then we're talking about Alton.
Okay, so from what The way I understand the law is that if you protect a criminal, you're a criminal. So if other police officers are protecting criminal police officers because it's a brotherhood, they're criminals. That's called being a criminal, and that's called a conspiracy. As far as I understand it, if it was levied against somebody else, that's what it'd be called. Look, I just shoved them all in one jar. Just one big bushy, not even completely dry yet. I just was pissed looking at this. I'm pissed at this. You know, do you think this would work with teachers? Do you think if you had a rogue teacher that was making problems, or, I mean, I've seen the Catholic Church try to pull this shit with protecting child molesters, but it still makes you a criminal. I'm sorry, that's how I understood the law. If you're protecting or harboring a criminal, that makes you a criminal. I don't care if you were a nice person. I don't care if you were his wife or his sister or his daughter. If he's a criminal and you're harboring him, that makes you a criminal. So, if you are protecting rogue fucking idiot cops that should not be given responsibility or a gun because it's the community that the police are part of, we call that a conspiracy. And you're a criminal. And you've just pimped reason. That's all you've done. You've convinced yourself because you're wearing a badge you're different. You're not different. Now you're a criminal. You're the bad guy. And I'm a little pissed at you if you really thought you were a good guy and you allowed this to happen to yourself. I'm really angry at you. You should have known better. This was the part about staying on the straight and narrow. Apparently you just slipped off, fell down the hill, rolled a mile off trail. You're in the bushes. The devil's got his horns up your ass. And you're over here rationalizing how you got here. Yeah, I'll tell you how you got here. It probably had to do with selfishness, laziness, sloth, one of these sins. One of the 7 deadly sins, more than likely. Look at me, I'm so fuzzy-headed. I just literally woke up. But I saw that video, the lady in the car just... And she loses it later after they get her on the ground, and because she's maintaining it in a way a white person would not have to. Because she knows her life counts on her being calm. That's what I saw. I saw a woman that clearly understood that these men were dangerous, and if she didn't make exactly the right moves, they would murder her. And there would be no justice. That's what I saw. She didn't lose it till after they had her on the ground in the handcuffs and she realized her boyfriend was completely dead. This is every woman's deepest fear. Having your husband, boyfriend, lover murdered in front of you, and then you be taken by the men who did it. That is a visceral, primitive fear that all women have. Deeply. That's like the gang rape fear. That's one of those ones that they can use on you to cow you. To scare the shit. They do it in Mexico. They gang rape women that are too uppity. You know, I'm not saying that they're all rapists. That sounded racist. But I worked with Hispanic security guards. And one of the ladies that I worked with, when she tried to stand up for her rights as an employee, somebody said in Spanish to her something about gang rape. Because it was a threat. It was a cultural threat that white people didn't pick up on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not saying that they're all rapists. But what I'm saying is misogyny is a horrible fucking thing. And it is deeply feared by women. Deeply feared. And here now we see these white men shooting her black boyfriend, murdering him in front of her, dragging her out, wrestling her to the ground, and binding her arms and legs. That is a deep-seated, primitive fear in women. that would happen to them, that they would be taken by another tribe of men, that their men would be murdered, their children, their male children, and them taken into bondage, slavery. It's a deep fear. To see that for me personally, oh my God. It's like I was there. You know, this was live on Facebook. Oh my God. I bet people didn't sleep after watching that. Police cannot erase that. That is going to devastate them. They will have no political clout whatsoever. And the fact that they wear these uniforms and they are faceless and they are not seen as individuals anymore and they are militarized has separated them from us and made it impossible for anybody to voice anything, you know, that they may think is rational. I personally don't think there's an argument out there that can defend any of this. I think you could bring me the most rational police officer on earth, and I'm going to go, you know what? I'm sorry now. As a citizen, give me where I can vote you guys to have less power, because you're a problem. You're becoming a major problem, and there's just nothing excuse-wise that's going to help. I don't see anything. And I don't know what the answer is to fixing the problem, but we got to do something about this. You know, I say put a chip up their ass. If you're going to be a cop and wear a badge, then you got to wear a chip. We put it under your skin. We know where you're at all the goddamn time. We know what food you're ingesting, what drugs, everything. You want to put us in a world of surveillance? Well, guess what? You're going to be in the most surveilled fucking world there is. Because you're the most dangerous motherfucker on earth. And if you're so innocent, then you won't resist this. Like they put tracking ankles on fucking, tracking anklet things on criminals. We should put it on every cop the minute they're sworn in. They should have to wear a tracking ankle thing. If they're so trustworthy, then why would you want it off? Why would you want it to be taken off? If you're so trustworthy, why wouldn't you want the cameras? Why wouldn't you want the microchip? Why wouldn't you want me to know what you're ingesting during your work hours or after? Why wouldn't you want me to know that? I thought you were so trustworthy. That's a world that we fucking voters can make for you. We'll either replace you with Skynet, which I'd much rather deal with Skynet than your ass. I'd much rather deal with Skynet. That would be, like, oh, this is bad, kill it. It would not be this moral thing where, oh, that's another, you gotta understand it from the cop's point of view. Nobody's gonna understand it from the robot's point of view. Nobody's gonna sit there and go, well, I gotta put myself in the robot's point of view. Geeks, nerds are gonna do that. The rest of humanity is going to go, it's a machine, smash it. It doesn't work, break it. It doesn't work, fix it. With these cops, it's a lot fucking more difficult. So, I'd rather deal with Skynet, frankly, than the Klan, than some insurgency of police officers or some cabal of law enforcement that protects their own and is, what do they have, like ceremonies and they all wear cowls and there's like weird creepy music and candles. I mean, it just sounds like a cult to me. Don't say anything about your brother, so we shall bring the, it just sounds crazy. You must swear your allegiance to us. You telling me they just empathize with each other? Bullshit. I worked with cops. Cops bitch and complain about each other and backstab all the time, but not to the public. That is literally a Roman system right there. You attain your rank by humiliating someone else. That you remember Star Trek when they went to the alternate universe? That's what police officers are like, at least the ones I worked with. They backbite each other all the time. Oh yeah, brotherhood, right. I heard them talk. All they do is talk shit about each other. And then they sit there, they had to explain themselves to us because we're normal people. We're like in education. You don't fucking talk That is so disrespectful. All you're doing is teaching kids respect and honor and, empathy. And you're teaching children how to survive and be normal human beings. And then you got these cops on your campus that are like, yeah, last night you rolled over. And they're making these jokes. And me and the teachers are looking at them like, and they literally had to turn to me and go, I know it looks like we don't like each other, but this is actually brotherhood. No, it isn't. That's dysfunction. That's what that is. That's a family that is tearing each other apart. But they're hiding it. That's not normal behavior. It's not the way the professionals should behave towards other people, particularly people that they may depend on for their lives. It's macho bullshit straight off the football field, right out of high school. Right out of the gym class, right out of the locker room. Childish. It is not how adults fucking behave. There's no room for that sort of idiot, moronic, baby shit. Talk about men that could not face their feelings. All they did was deflect all day long. That's what I saw. Deflect. Wax on, wax off. Blame everything else on earth except the guy that's standing there in the uniform. Threaten everybody because you're scared to death of everything. You're like a giant target. You want to be seen, but you're scared to be seen. Psychotic. The whole thing is fucking psychotic. It's not a job I would have chosen. I seriously question anybody who jumps into a uniform. Unless they're a superhero, and especially when all the uniforms look the same. I'm like, oh, so in other words, you're just a cog in a wheel and you can be replaced. And I know it's supposed to be, we go back for every man left behind. Do we? Because when they get left behind here in America and they're in the street and they got PTSD, we're leaving them behind all over the fucking place. The only place we don't leave them behind is in other countries to sit in a jail so our enemies can make fun of them and make fun of us. We bring them home and then we let them die in the street. We don't give them fucking any medical care. The VA fucking ignores their needs. Treats them like shit. We don't leave anybody behind? Bullshit. We leave everybody behind. Mission accomplished means the exact opposite. And not leaving anybody behind, it means the exact opposite. When you come home, see how behind you get left. Remember all that great stuff you did in Afghanistan? They don't give a shit. And then every 4th of July, they're going to wave flags and honor you. But try going to the VA and get some medicine or help or medication or marijuana or something. It's going to be a big fuck you. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. You can be replaced. You're just a cog in a wheel. You're just a cog in a machine. Didn't you realize that when they put you in a uniform that looked like everybody else's? They took away your humanity and you let them? And pimped reason to explain why it was okay? And this was not going to turn out badly? Come on. So I'm angry at them for being incredibly stupid. Not just stupid because of their unions. Not just stupid shooting people needlessly that may be petty criminals or just normal people. I don't know. How the fuck am I supposed to know when you lie all the goddamn time? Okay? I'm not just angry at them for those reasons. I'm angry at them because I know damn well that they're lying to even themselves. That they're not just explaining away on the radio to the nation. They're explaining away to them fucking selves and trying to make that crap stick to the wall when it don't. They investigate crime. They understand how the law works. They twist the law in order to get prosecutions because they think this criminal needs to come off the street and it's the right thing to do. And the ends justify the means, right? Well, that shit can be used on you. And you know you're terrified of that. So what I'm looking at is a piece of shit in a uniform that is scared coming and going. I would not give this person responsibility. I consider this person to be highly irrational. Dangerously irrational. Why would I give them a gun? I'm not someone who dislikes the police. I actually was trying to get past my fear and, because I never really disliked the police. I've never really had encounters with the police I ever thought were really negative. And I've been in trouble a little bit as a kid and stuff, as a little kid. But I mean, I've never really had encounters with the police that, oh yeah, maybe at the concert when I got tossed out of Megadeth and the dumb cop said, well, if you don't want things like this to happen to you, then you shouldn't go to concerts like this. I thought, you're a fucking idiot. No wonder they got you walking around in the middle of the night by yourself. You're an ass. But even back then, there was a cop that used to come to the nightclubs that was very nice. And I think he might have accidentally got into a shooting and accidentally shot another officer in one of these stupid drug raids because they're so chaotic and idiotic. And I felt really bad. So I didn't start out hating cops. But when I saw the way they treated my friends, the way they treated people on the avenue, why the fuck are they always driving around the avenue? We thought you could catch all these idiots down here at the mall driving like morons with a net and make $1 million, but you don't hardly see any fucking cops around here in these neighborhoods. They're all at that goddamn mall. That's why you got a Porsche driving into my mother-in-law's house at 100 miles an hour in the middle of the night. Because everybody from here to Timbuktu knows that Ventura County Police Department does not patrol the main parts or white parts of the towns. They only patrol the Hispanic parts. So you can drive like a lunatic through all the white parts. They're not going to stop you. They think, oh, geez, that one might be rich. That one might be a movie star. I better not pull that one over. I'm pissed off at them because I wonder where the fuck they are half the time. What are you doing? For who? Who's sending you over there to do that? Because I need you to come here and do this. You know that we got problems around here. Why aren't you dealing with that shit? Graffiti up the ass and everything, which is not even attractive graffiti. It's just pathetic. Hey, look at me. I don't feel very good about myself, so I'm just going to write on things. And other kids that don't feel good about themselves say, good for you. And they get the idea and they do it too. And, I don't blame them. We can find a wall for you to write on so everybody can find out about you without you ruining fucking the property around here. I think we could find a way for you to express yourself and reveal your talents to us without you having to destroy things. I bet we could find a way to do that, but not with the way the fucking police deal with everything around here. The homeless problem. What do they want to do? They want to get rid of them. They want to sweep them under the rug. You want to know why? Because most of them are white. The homeless people we got around here, majority of them are as white as a sheet. White people out of work. White people on drugs. White people who are alcoholics. White people who have come from back east who could not get a job, that somehow lost their shit and are now wandering around on the beaches of California. Probably the last days of their lives. But do we give a fuck about them? No. We got to make sure that the rich white people don't see the poor white people. Most of the fucking homeless people in this area are white. They are from poor states or poor communities somewhere nearby, and they came here hoping that maybe the rich white people would take pity on them. No, don't come here. They'd put you in an oven. And they would justify it. They're rich, they're white. You wouldn't believe what kind of scum is around here. Even the church that used to help the homeless has now moved away because these are such filthy, godless human beings. Pretty soon they're going to chop up the homeless people and serve it to you in the restaurant as sushi with your brew. Here's your local brew from our local winery and fresh sushi homeless man. That's what kind of fucking scum we got here. Don't come here. Ugh. So anyway, I once again had to rant about the events that have happened a couple of days. I know they're not stoner related, but to me they are. Because this is what I'm talking about. This movement to legalize marijuana is number one, not funny, Mr. President. It's not something you scoff off, bitch. It's something that I'm going to put your foot in lava over. When I'm done, you're going to look down, and from the knees down, you're not even going to you're just going to be a burnt off match when I'm done. The feet are going to be so in the fire. So in the fire. Do you know why these people are being shot? Because people like you think that shit like legalizing marijuana is funny. It makes people dumb. Makes people dead. Makes people dead. They unload guns, and how many of these shootings do you think we're gonna see? We're gonna find out he used drugs. He smoked marijuana. Like Trayvon Martin, he smoked marijuana. So that made it okay to shoot a kid with Skittles and an Arizona iced tea. This is number one, not fucking funny. Number two, this is not about money, not about taxes, not about fees, not about regulations, though it is. Yes, that's part of it. This is about motherfuckers using shit like this as an excuse to do the kinds of things I just showed in these videos. To pull you over, to search your car, to take your property, to invade your privacy, to take your life, to take your rights, to leave your woman crying next to your corpse, not knowing what's going to happen to her. Will she be raped in the jail cell? Will she be raped by these men? Because they just killed her boyfriend, they're capable of anything in her mind. And they're capable of anything in my mind, in my imagination. I see them as mongrel dogs. Not even human. Trash, filth with a badge. This is not funny. Sonia Sotomayor said, when asked at some college what she thought of marijuana law, she said, I don't understand why anybody would take it up. Really? What the fuck is wrong with you? If I were you, I'd take that shit back, because I remember you said that, bitch. What don't you understand about marijuana law? Because evil bitches use this comedy funny ha 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 to put their fucking boot on the necks of poor and minority people. Maybe that's something you're a big fan of, Sonia. Maybe that's what you like. Maybe that's why you talk that shit. Because maybe that's what you're really about. Maybe you got your big position and now you're just going to look down from on high with your robes down on minority people. You're the minority that got yours. But marijuana law, why would anyone be interested in that? This is number one, not funny. Number two, not about the money. Number three, a very serious fucking situation that affects a lot of issues that are adult, grown up, and real. Viscerally, bloody, dying right next to you in the car seat, real. Get your wallet out. Yes, officer, I have a gun. Bah, 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 bah. By the way, officer, I have a gun. Bah, 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 bah. If you're going to argue against something like as small as the Adult Use of Marijuana Act, please remember that all of this, I fucking was screaming about the Arab Spring when you were sitting at home with your thumb in your ass. I watched those people go through hell on earth. I saw their people blown in fucking half. Yeah, the Arab Spring didn't turn out shiny afterwards. Welcome to reality. They don't need our fucking help. They're going to figure it out. I just wanted to see them not have to live with a motherfucker that's going to shoot a missile into a group of old men in wheelchairs. I just knew that bitch had to die. Like I know whatever the fuck is causing what I see on these videos needs to go the fuck away forever and never rear its ugly fucking head again. Because it is It is shit on my shoe. It is beneath my feet. It is trash. Filth. Filth. Now, I know that many may say that drawing the issue of AUMA in with these shootings is inappropriate. I would say, fuck, no it isn't, because all of these things really got going with Trayvon Martin. And what did they always say about these young men? They smoked marijuana. What do they always put in all of these police blotters? You go and look on Google and find police blotters about marijuana. And what do they always have? Driving accident, influence of marijuana. The guy was drunk, but he was on marijuana. Shooting, man abuses wife, man argues with cop, under the influence of marijuana. Under the influence of marijuana. Under the influence of marijuana. Had marijuana, smoked marijuana at some time. Also ate chips, ate chicken, drank juice, drank water, went to the bathroom in a public restroom, but none of these things are part of the equation, only marijuana. How amazingly unscientific. Maybe it's something in the water. Marijuana under the influence. They think this one was under the influence of marijuana. That's why. Because this is the funny Cheech and Chong joke that the fucking assholes use to hurt people. And I'm going to say, number one, it ain't funny. Number two, it ain't about money. Number three, it is a serious, real issue that is about human lives and ethics. Now, if you don't find that interesting, maybe you shouldn't be Supreme Court Justice. So that's how I'm going to end this very unhappy rant. I'm sorry, it's the blood. The blood. It's like a magical fucking ingredient that you need. When the public sees that blood, we become very primitive. You see on one side, idiots defending them. They're so scared because they know what it means. Deep down inside their souls, their being, in a very primitive psychological way, they understand that this is going to bring, this has opened the gates of hell on them. That's why they're scared. That's why that guy says, well, today with all of these events, every cop is on alert. Yeah, because they understand what they've done. They're like terrified, like that man pointing the gun. Oh my God, fuck, oh my God, oh my God. Why is this guy holding the gun? Why did you put that fucking idiot in charge? Why do I have a lot of police officers that need to be on high alert right now? Can you please find some adults to do these jobs and get these children in a pen where they belong? Give them a toy to play with. Make sure that they have a little helmet on before they hurt themselves or someone else, because they can't be given adult responsibility. Are you fucking kidding me? I hope to God you're not out there with a gun behaving that way. I want you fired. I don't give a shit how scared you are. I don't get... That woman had a gun in her face and she was calmer than that piece of shit. I bet that guy had piss running down his leg. He sure shit looked like he did. Why did anybody give that man a firearm? It's fucking the ghost of Mr. Chicken. Alright. Sorry I have to end it, like with such a sour note, but these are ugly, ugly events, and I think that us stoners need to recognize that what we're fighting for is not just for ourselves. These people are being blatantly murdered. How many of these stories are going to come back with, and he smoked marijuana? How many times in the past did they use that as an excuse? And everybody in the South said, well, that makes it okay because marijuana makes you crazy. You're allowing that. Step up and say, fuck no, you're not going to use me like some Cheech and Chong joke so you can murder someone. No. I also want to say that I think everyone should be this angry. As angry as that man was with the police officer, he was trying to be respectful. I would not be respectful. I would say, and because I'm not a minority, the way that I understand the law is that if you protect a criminal, you are a criminal. It doesn't matter if your intentions were pure. The only people that don't get to testify against somebody is someone's wife. Are you fucking married? No? Then that makes you a goddamn criminal. Why are you swinging on his dick then? You know? So if you want to tie yourselves all together with one great big anchor and sink to the bottom of the sea, that's your choice. I don't see why you should be given any sort of responsibility when you make choices like that. Those are dumb choices. And they're criminal. If you're protecting a fucking criminal, you are a criminal. Badge, costume, I don't give a fuck who your friends are. I don't give a fuck how many stars upon thars. I don't give a shit. You're doing something wrong, you're going away. That's what you do to us, right? So, like I said, I want surveillance up their ass. Where do I vote for that? I want a microchip up their butt permanently. You want to be a cop? You're going to have to give up all of your privacy. You want to surveil us? Your surveillance will be tighter than ours. That's fair, isn't it? I think it's fair. So you stay high and goodbye. And I'm going to smoke some weed, try to relax now that, you know, it doesn't feel like fucking hell on earth is in my house right now. Because it does. It just comes like that. The internet is literally a portal. You can find friends or you can find demons. And the demons are evil. I've seen demons. I've seen people say the filthiest, disgustingest trash. Just white, ignorant fucking trash. And be serious about it. Over the last, 15 years I've been on the internet. When Katrina happened, the filthiest trash on earth came out and spoke aloud for all of us to hear. And if you go back at some of those old arguments from Katrina, when people are talking about, you know, like for instance, the AP photos where they're showing the white people finding food and the black people stealing food. You'll see some of those arguments. The white trash did not give a shit what they say. Now they're a little bit more cautious. Now they come out and go, well, we don't know what really happened. And we don't have any real evidence. And we'll have to wait till the investigation. Now they do all that shit. Before, it would have been, the trash was washed out of New Orleans. They were blatantly racist 15 years ago. Now they got to watch your tongue a little bit because they found out it cost some money when they talk that shit on the internet so loud. So they got now little evil motherfuckers out there like this bitch calls in the radio station trying to talk shit. Or some other guy with the sounds like a black person, does an impression of a black person on the phone and supports the police officers. Whatever. Truth is, we're going to hand you your ass, and pretty soon I feel it. Politically, this is moving very strongly against you. I don't know who's doing it, but I think I'm starting to be on their side. I don't like your reaction. Your reaction's very poor. Your reaction shows me that you cannot be trusted and given responsibility. Your reaction is it's shockingly poor. All right, so I'm gonna let you go, and you stay high. Try not to be angry. I'm gonna try to be happy. We got a rental car right now, so we get to go driving around in a rental car. So that kind of is cheerful, but it's horrible. It's just. I am so furious. I am so viscerally enraged at these shootings. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Why are these people given jobs? Why are these people not? These motherfuckers should be standing on the street selling pencils for 10 cents a piece, homeless in rags. I don't know what the fuck they have a job for. I don't know what the fuck these assholes have a job for. You gave them responsibility? You are fucking kidding me. I know people that most society would think were trash that could take on this responsibility better than those fucking oh my god, a black person, he's you know, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's humiliating. It's humiliating. All right, so I don't know what to say past that, you know. Just my furiousness, how infuriated, one of the reasons why I fight this isn't just for myself. It's for the fact that, didn't you ever notice, I'm a white woman that got away with being a secret stoner for 25 years in the school district and nobody shot me. I used to think it was because I was really talented. Now I horrifically realize it's because I'm very white. That makes me very angry. You mean you were going to let some of us get away with it and then hurt us? Oh no, now I have to kick you in the nuts. And every white person that's going to bitch about petty ass shit. So I'm sorry I have to kick you in the nuts, but I'm kicking you in the nuts for a good cause. That murder crap in the South needs to fucking end. This shit that happens here in Southern California with Hispanics needs to fucking end. This mouthy fucking shit coming out of Trump needs to fucking end. This racist shit needs to die and never be seen again. And I'm sorry if you're a xenophobe or whatever the fuck your idiot, ignorant, inbred fucking problem is. We're going to Mars, and we're not going to sit here listening to this shit anymore. We're busy with big time adult things that we need to do. Not you in the sticks, a bunch of fucking hicks playing banjos. We don't care about you anymore. You want to live in your tiny little communities of ignorance for the rest of your life, fine. But don't come here, banjo playing bucktooth moron. My family left your asses behind a long time ago. You're a fucking genetic cesspool. And that's coming from the whitest girl you know. I always got, look at my own family and think, where does this come from? It's like every little dysfunctional thing I have to keep trying to take apart. How did this get started? We need to stop this. How can we stop this? Did anybody else ever notice we do this? You know, and my dad started it, you know, because he saw what was going on in our family, and he was just like, I got to get my family away from this. He didn't want us kids growing up around that. He didn't want that to enter. The best example I could give is we went to somebody's house. I think it was in Ohio. Maybe it was Indiana. I'm not sure where it was, but someplace back east. And it was his side of the family. And it was like a cousin of his. And we went to their house. They were having a nice little party in the back. And he's, you know, wearing a wife beater t-shirt, you know, typical hillbilly guy. And my dad's a little more educated, a little more West Coast, a little more, you know, with the professory kind of jacket with the patches on the elbows. You know, he's gone to college and stuff. These guys have been working in a factory or on a farm, you know. So, you know, there's a little bit of discomfort here with the education level. Then I'm going to go play with his daughters, and his daughters, my father literally had to vocalize how horrified he was to find out that the guy had named his daughters all after alcohol. Brandy, sherry, and something else. Rye, I don't know. Gin, I don't know what they... And my dad's driving away from this place just going, oh my God! Kind of an ignorant fucking idiot names all of his kids after alcohol. I'm sitting in the back of the car. I'm a little kid. I'm grasping that my family is hillbilly, and my father is not proud of this. And that's what I grew up with, is we would go visit our hillbilly family, who I love and respect deeply. But they were racist as the day is long, and they were dead wrong. And it was fucking embarrassing to be a little kid holding on to grandpa's arm, going into Kmart, and have grandpa go, "Little Mexico," out loud. And I'm like, why did he say that? What does he mean? The Hispanic people? You're insulting them. Oh, grandpa, why are you... I like shriveled next to him. I shriveled. I was so embarrassed. I wanted to cry. I was so embarrassed. I understood. I was like only maybe 11. I understood. Dad's right. You're stupid. Why are you so stupid? When I love you so much.